Did you know that 100 out of 100 people are suffering with subscriber phobia? So if you hit the subscribe button, you're cured! Hello ladies and gentlemen, Averageteadrinker here, and I've got another banger. It's a 25 Throne of the Tides, and in this video I'll be doing my normal tips and tricks throughout the dungeon for noteworthy mobs and bosses. I've managed to snag 3.2k last week, feels so good. In the video I'll show my talent stats and gear just before the key starts, and I will link the talents in the description. Enjoy the pump. So in the corridor there are 3 mobs to watch out for. You've got the oracles which cast water bolt and healing wave. Try to kick or CC these
Fixated.
casts. You have the rabid dogs that fixate you, so you'll want to try CC these or kite them if you have to, as I'm going to apply a stacking bleed dart on you. Last but not least is the sentinels. These guys need to die ASAP, like really fast, and you want to funnel them down if you do pull them into a big pack. They have an ability called Crushing Depths, which is the one which is killing everyone. It drains 10% HP, as you can see in the top left, and has a massive, huge heal absorb. The healer is going to have a really hard time getting you up, so you will need to spam heal yourself if you do get it on yourself and use health potions. If you see it on someone else, like you're going to see in the clip here, I threw out a healing surge on the evoker because, yeah, it's just a massive heal absorb. So if you can, heal other people, keep them alive, and use your health pots. The Ravager here is a really tough mini boss. It does 2 casts. One is Acid Barrage, which is the deadly one, and you'll want to spread your party around the Ravager itself, so when you do get the cone on you, it's not going to hit other people and just you. Does a lot of damage, so the heal is going to struggle if it hits multiple people. The other is Volatile Bolt, which is basically just don't stand in the big green area. You will see me die to the dogs. My Captome and Thunderstorm was on CD, and I just assumed someone else was going to CC instead. But then, yeah, again, I was just greedy with my health potion. I didn't actually think I'd die from the dogs, so that's just a lesson learned for next time. There is an additional mob in this corridor from the witches, and they're going to cast Lightning Bolt, so just make sure you kick and CC this. Don't be afraid in the downstairs corridor and this corridor, just to throw out
Fixated.
your defensives. If you see cast going on you, you'll help the healer out a ton. You're going to fight the Ravager mini-boss again once you come through this room. So, like I said, you want to rotate your defensives when the Acid Barrage casts go on you, because it does take down pretty hard.
Fixated. Fixated.
For Ajara at home, very simple, kick the casts of Water Bolt and dodge the Geyser Swirlies in her first phase. She also has a cast called Shock Blast, which will most likely should walk out the group, because you're going to shoot a load of shock orbs all around you. So if you stand on top of people, you're going to clip them and probably kill them. This deals quite a lot of damage to you personally as well. The last cast is Focus Tempest, which randomly hits people in your party for a good amount of damage too. So defensively, I'd save one for Shock Blast, and I would just rotate your other defensives for Focus Tempest. Adds are going to spawn when the boss reaches 60% and then 30%. Make sure to dodge the swirlies in this phase and kick Frost Witch casts, so you can kind of group the mobs together. And then when Yana God starts casting Trident Flurry, just don't stand in front. As you just saw, I got absolutely rolled because I put my pinky toe to the left slightly too far. Just be wary though of this boss and the geyser cast because it's a lot of blue on blue on blue on blue on blue. So yeah, just be wary. And then there's another instance with Shock Blast where once you have the circle around you and she's also casting geyser, they can basically become invisible underneath your feet or very, very faint. So there's chances are where you're like, oh, I'll move out with Shock Blast, and then you just get catapulted into the air and die because you've been hit by geyser. So just be wary, maybe just move around slightly if you're already out just to see if there's anything underneath your feet. And then in regards to the enhanced boys, if the boss is going to phase to 60% or 30% and you've got Primordial Wave coming up, just save it and then you can just blast the adds down even quicker to end the phase. For Mr. Krabs on steroids, you'll want to tightly stack as a group so you can clump pools of poop from the boss's cast of Bubbling Fissure. I'd rotate your defensives on the next cast called Festering Shockwave, which is also going to knock you back. So do try to angle yourself towards the wall so you don't get hit as far, but also try not to angle yourself in the way of the poop pools because they do tick pretty hard if you stand on them. The boss will spawn walking blob poops from the poop pools. Don't let them reach you. You can also use your Hailstrom procs to knock them away or Chain Lightning. And you can be very cheeky and use Primordial Wave for some extra pad. Oh wait, I mean boss funnel. Yes, boss damage.
Line. Line. Line.
Quite a few mobs to tackle on this last two corridors, so I'll start off with the little goblins. You have the Aqua Mage, which casts, you won't guess this in a million years, Aqua Blast. Great name. And you have the Hunters who throw spears at you, and once they jump back from their location, they're then going to throw a Poison Spear. So just make sure you kick the Mage casts, and then you can just try to get as much CC off as you can on the Hunters. In this pack as well, you'll see the Watcher, which pulls you in and tries to Rampage Jackson slam you into the ground. So just don't let him. With the Seer mob, you want to kick the Mindflay casts, and then when he does his Death Ray, don't stand in it because it's going to silence you and hurt you. It's a Death Ray. And then regarding the Watchers, they do a cast called Crusher Tentacles, which is what I spoke with on the previous bit. There is a double Watcher pull just before the third boss room. You can use Windrush Totem for this just to help your team and yourself out. But sometimes they do slam pretty quick. With Squid Wood, Pretty simple boss. You will throw out flame shocks throughout the fight, which take really heavy damage on the target. You will also cast Earth Fury, which is swirlies under your feet, so dodge them. And lastly, he's going to summon a totem throughout the fight, which increases his damage. So make sure to focus that one down. And then once he reaches 25%, he'll start doing a fear cast every so often. You can LOS this behind the little bubble plants at the entrance to the room, or you can do it on the pillars. Defensively, I just pretty much use them on the flame shot casts if you're not dispelled, because like I said, it ticks really hard, so just be wary.
Line.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Line.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Right, the Gauntlet is a really rough area in Pugs. It's going to consist of the goblins, which we spoke about earlier, and now the little corruptions and the big sentry elemental. When you kill the little corruptions, it's going to put a debuff on you, which increases the damage taken by the cast from the sentry, which is called Swell. So, as you can probably put 2 and 2 together, you're in a Pug, people want to blast the overall meters, so they're going to kill all the little corruption ads as fast as possible, and then when the sentry casts Swell, it's going to wipe the group. So don't be that guy. We've got amazing funnel down the sentries with the corruptions. Be the hero the dungeon deserves. Use your defensives on the Swell casts, help your healer out, and then definitely do not forget to use AG to heal everyone up as you're funneling the sentries down. Just a quick note on Hailstorm procs. Either use it after he's just finished the Swell casts, this is on the sentry, or if the sentry is about to die, because if you just use it on cooldown, you're going to kill the corruption ads, and then you're going to take increased damage. So just be wary, judge it on how your dungeon is going, but yeah, play it by ear. Right, so with the Diarrhea boss, he does a few things. Starting off, he puts Blotting Darkness on 3
Place.
players, which needs to be tightly stacked together. He then does another cast shortly after called Cleansing Flux on 2 players, which channels a water beam and gives you the opportunity to clean up the pools you drop. If you do not have the beam, do not dip your toe into the pools because they hurt a lot, and make sure you clean up every last pool because the more you miss, they expand when you leave them. So if you keep leaving them, eventually the whole room will just be covered in diarrhea. Throughout the fight, the boss is going to cast the
Place.
Lofi of Filth, which will spawn little ads and then 2 big ads which have a cast. So you kick those and then you can get them grouped together. With your
Wash.
Primordial Wave or Flame Shock, use it on the ads and Lava Lash on the ads, not the boss, because the boss sometimes doesn't spread Flame Shocks onto the ads. For defensives, I would just save them for when you run over the pools. And the last thing is, there is a tank frontal, so just be wary of that.
Place.
Coming to a close here, just a quick announcement regarding the last boss's damage phase. It doesn't count
Place.
the details anymore in the overall, so it may be lower than potentially other videos you may watch, just putting that out there. On another note, just want to wish you all a great Christmas holidays and to get some juicy Rio in before next year, and more Rio for next year. This year has been wild for me in terms of my channel growing. Like, I still can't believe, like 6 months ago, I started making videos and now we're at over 1,000 subs. It's just, yeah, it's mad. I'm never not going to be getting over it. I'm still baffled. I do stream on Thursdays and Fridays on Twitch most of the time, so you can catch me there if you want to. I hope the tips were tipping for this dungeon, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Happy holidays.